involvement in the crime, but yet when you're trying the case with lack of criminal responsibility, the government still has the burden to prove to a jury beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant is guilty of, based on the evidence, that particular crime. And if there's evidence of a police investigation that is deficient, a jury does have a right to consider that as a basis of an acquittal. They can consider that for purposes of finding reasonable doubt based upon the lousy investigation. In this case, it wasn't just a lousy investigation. It wasn't even an atrocious investigation. It was no investigation. In this case, Judge, the police, I think we all would agree, even the government, they basically accepted the fact that she strangled the kids are in the basement, she's guilty, and we move on. They didn't investigate anything. They didn't test the screen. They didn't even take a picture of the screen. They didn't see if there's any blood on the screen. There's no crushers for the alleged crushing of the medications. There's no indication that there's powder that she was crushing the medication to ingest the medication. There's all sorts of questions regarding the blood spatter, the blood. The police never investigated. They come into the court, they talk about their investigation through the crime scene laboratory and state police, and every question that I would ask about the door, about the blood drop on the door, about the siding, they come 6 months later or whatever, they take the siding, it's degraded, they can't even test it. I could go on and on and on with the horrific investigation in this case. So I think it would be fair for the court to instruct them on Bowden. That's it.
All right.
I, for one, feel extremely vindicated, let me tell you. Because we have been on this social media, right? Ringing the bell of what was so obvious in this case. If you have actually watched this case from day one, we have all seen the non-existence of investigation. When those people did that dog and pony show about all these fingerprints and didn't have any fingerprints, the only fingerprints they actually did find was Patrick's on those exercise bands, and oh, they couldn't get any fingerprints off the knife, or they could get fingerprints off the knife, but you know, it was a tad bit shady, so they just threw up their hands. They did all that smoke and mirrors, folks. All that smoke and mirrors. And today, the people who have been ringing that alarm, that's saying something is wrong. What do you mean it is the book of Patrick? And here's the thing, even if Patrick is correct and that's exactly what happened, can we at least have some type of cell phone data pulled? Can we at least confirm something? No. The police department up there in the Massachusetts area could not be bothered. They could not be bothered, y'all. So now, in my opinion, if they don't want to be bothered, then we will actually do the work for them. And let me tell you, those people up there in Patrick does not want social media doing their own investigation. And let me tell you something, it's already been done. We have saw people getting in their cars and driving from the old house of where the crime happened all the way to CVS. And then they drove to the restaurant, timing everything. We've already had boots on the ground investigation because we saw at the beginning of this trial how piss poor, non-existent the police department was on checking out what the hell happened in that house. I said something on one of my videos towards the beginning, was like, hello, where is the key? Ain't nobody checked to see if there was actually a key inside of the door. Because I know if I'm like trying to find my wife, as of I'm assuming that she is out the window, because you know the window's open. So let me see if my wife is out there. Yeah, that's not what I think first. However, Patrick said he didn't even step inside of the room. So what you're telling me is he ran downstairs, he put the key in his pocket, and then ran downstairs, because as far as what I've seen of the crime scene pictures was not very good. There was no key in that door that he claimed to open the bedroom door with a key, but there's no key in the door. That is the type of investigation that we are talking about that was missed. Why was it missed? Because the police department up there, the DA's office, took everything that Patrick said as gospel. I have seen parts of the Bible come under more scrutiny than Patrick Clancy's story. And this, what happened in court, ended today for me. We are on the right track of pushing a proper investigation to confirm that Lindsay Clancy was not planted the information about taking her babies out of this world. So until there is a proper investigation, I would say we need to be boots on the ground.